As we're doing what's basically now a series, I wanted to talk about where this cider is at. So I pitched the yeast in about 5 days ago. And 24 hours before that, I put in some pectic enzyme, and about 24 hours or maybe 36 hours before that, I threw in some K-meta, also known as potassium metabisulfite. And the K-meta went in immediately after pressing the juice. So in the video that I posted a day or two ago, the fermentation in this thing was so vigorous that the foam, the remnants of which you can see here, had gone all the way up to the top and had flooded this and was all in this, spilling out all crazy, so I had to kind of go to plan B. Now, fermentation like that is symptomatic of a fermentation. The yeast is so happy in there that it is just multiplying like crazy, eating up all the sugar, turning it into alcohol and carbon dioxide, which in turn causes all the crazy bubbling. Well, as you can see now, it is not really bubbling like crazy. I mean, seriously, in my last video, this was bubbling maybe 3 or 4 times a second. Now it's maybe once a minute, which tells me that this is probably near the end of primary fermentation. I'm tempted to say that it is at the end of primary, but it seems like I'm wrong when I say these kinds of things. So I'll leave it for a day or two, and then I'll move on to the next step, which is waiting for it to stop looking like that and start looking like that. Look at how clear that is. So in secondary, as I remember it, and I'm sure I'll miss something, and someone in the comments will educate me and you, secondary is basically where the yeast is dying off because it's just finishing up eating the alcohol. And in cider, especially if you don't let your juice clarify all the way, all of the pectin and yeast and other stuff that's in the solution will start to fall out of suspension. And so you'll notice that this is a cat. You'll notice that this is a very dirty carboy. And this is super sparkly clean. There's also hardly any sediment, and the stuff that is there has dropped out over the last few months, really. Unlike this big sediment drop that's been in like 3 days. So the reason why we want a carboy to look like that, and not like that with all this nastiness, is because on the off chance that there is bacteria that got in here at some point, that's probably what it would be growing on, because that's all super alcoholic and that is not nearly as alcoholic. And we don't want to make our product spoil. So the next steps are going to be siphoning this out, cleaning this, then putting it back in. And if I had any ability to plan, I would just have another carboy, but planning's for dweebs. We charge in head first and get food poisoning like real men around here.